Good morning everyone. It's been a week since our last video where we were walking the Templar Way from Haytor back to King's Stainton. Today you've joined me where I left off the last walk, and I'm now doing King's Stainton, well, to the end of the Templar Way, which is at Teignmouth. I may terminate just short at Shaldon. To actually get to the end of the Templar Way, you have to get a ferry boat from Shaldon across the estuary over to Teignmouth. So whether I do that today or not, I'm not sure. See how I feel when I get there. Also today I'm joined by a special guest. Maybe able to see him in the background, but that's my dog, Monty. Monty, come. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. This is Monty. He's my 2-year-old chocolate Labrador. Yeah, he's coming along for the adventure today. He's not been on a boat though, so that's why I may not get the ferry from Shaldon to Teignmouth, because I don't know how don't know how he'll be or how he'll feel, and if he decides he wants to get off and we're part way across, yeah, it's not going to be ideal, but we'll see. I brought treats with me, so I may be able to keep him distracted. I'll just see how we're feeling when we get to Shaldon. You may be able to notice that compared to last week, the weather's a lot better. It's forecast to be dry, just overcast, but mild today. Shouldn't have any hail like last time. But yeah, it should be a good walk. This way, come on. And this section that we've just finished walking through is Jetty Marsh. So yeah, as you can see around me, a lot of reeds, quite a lot of wetland through here, but there's a nice path going right through the middle of it. We're just getting to the end of Jetty Marsh now, and you may be able to hear it's quite a busy road section we're coming up to. This is Newton Abbot. Newton Abbot Racecourse is just over to my left in front of me. But yeah, we're coming up to just a short road section, then we come off the road and follow the Templar Way again back along the canal path. slight diversion off the path now. Just wanted to come under this old train bridge and see what the view was like down here, but it's, you know, pretty cool being under this old bridge, looking at all the graffiti. Right, we're coming back to the actual footpath now that I should be following, and I know there's a bridge across the canal just up here. And last time I came here with the dog, he's got a bit of a phobia sometimes of crossing bridges, and yeah, we have to really coerce him, entice him up with treats. So we'll see how he gets on with it today. Come on, Monty, up. Good boy. Oh, very good. That was so much better than last time. I had to pretty much carry him last time, which isn't easy when he's 37 kilograms. Going down the other side can be a bit tricky because he wants to go quicker than I want to, so I might let him off at this bit. Go on then, down you go. Good boy. Wait. Monty. Good boy. Good boy. Seems to be where all the local pigeons come to live. Nesting up in the rafters or up in the beams. You've been a good boy. Now, I've never been here before, but well, not on this side of the estuary anyway, but walked on the other side many times. The flyover going over the wetland, you can see there in the distance, is the A382, which is the main road from, well, it links the A38 sort of from Exeter to Torquay. So it's quite a busy road, and I presume this path walks underneath that road and then carries on down the estuary to Showdon. Now, I know the estuary here is tidal. It, you know, it opens out at Teignmouth. So I'm hoping the path isn't only accessible at low tide, because if it is, we may be in trouble, because at the moment the tide's in. And yeah, we won't be able to cross it. Looking up further ahead, it looks as though the path sort of turns into the river bank, so hopefully there's still, you know, enough bank left for us to be able to walk along even at high tide. Okay, it's very wet on this section now, and this is with the tide out. So I think the tide comes right up here. So yeah, I'm gonna say that if the tide is due to be in, or it's a particularly high tide, then yeah, you know, this path I don't think is going to be passable. I'm not sure if it's just me, but that looks like, I'm sure it's not, but it looks like a ring of graves freshly dug. It's strange. And then there's obviously a bit of a fire pit in the middle and some stones around the outside of that. But yeah, it's strange. It's in a bit of private land in a field just down in the corner where it joins onto the estuary here. But yeah, I was just walking past and it made me double look. Anyway, the weather's brightening up a little bit again now. We've got a bit of blue sky above. The clouds are trying to break. It's nice. It's nice easy walking, and obviously with it being the surface it is, it's quite soft. It makes it nice and easy on the feet. And certainly something that was aching after my walk last week were, you know, certain points on my feet, and then my legs did stiffen up in the evening, but you know, by the next day they were okay. Actually, I was surprised. I was quite pleased that I wasn't worse than I was. I think it bodes well for my aim. You know, what I said last week, walking the Devon coast to coast, I need to be able to do the mileage each day. So last week I was surprised how good I felt the following day. Always hit your pack, don't you, when you try and bend under anything? The train line in the background, if you can see it, that's the Southwest line, Penzance to Paddington. It's currently, the train you just saw along was pulling into Newton Abbot. Surrounded by water on three sides, Combe Cellars was once an important landing and unloading point for the people of Combe and Teenhead. At one time, soap pans existed. This was done by trapping the water at high tide and leaving it to evaporate in the sun, and the soap component of the seawater remained. Later, the spot became notorious for smuggling. Prior to dredging, the estuary could be crossed at low tide on foot or horseback. So elusive were the smugglers that the unlikely legend evolved of an underground passage linking Combe Cellars to the far side of the estuary. An old inn once stood where the existing late Victorian hotel, currently a pub and restaurant, now stands. This was said to have been a clandestine meeting place for Lord Nelson and Emma Hamilton. Okay, ahead of us there you can see starts of Teignmouth. You can see the road bridge that goes from Shaldon across to the Teignmouth side of the estuary. But we won't be walking across that. The plan, well, if we are going to cross it, is to get the ferry across the I've just met a couple that've come from behind me here. That's the way I was heading, and they have said they are following the Templar Way as well, but you can't pass it any further down around the corner because it's too wet. Tide's not out far enough to enable access. And they said you might be able to do it if you get your feet a little bit wet, but it's not worth it. I'm not too worried about sticking to the actual route today. I'll backtrack a little bit onto a road and divert up along the road and join the temple away a bit further on. So up here is where we started last week at Haytor Rocks, and then last week we walked down to here where I got picked up, and then that's where I've started my walk this morning. And we've walked underneath the A382 along the estuary, and we are currently here in between Ringmore and Chowden, and we've got this stretch here to do, then the ferry across to Teignmouth where it ends. Monty! Mont! Come on! Good boy. Well, there's the ferry. What do you reckon, Monty? You want to go on the ferry? Come on then.
Yeah, man. Sharpen up the sea.
Which unfortunately I've just missed. But yeah, get the ferry across to Teignmouth. And then Monty's pretty tired. So I might get picked up from Teignmouth rather than cutting across country and walking back. In? Hello. Hello. Is it right with a dog?
Yeah, no problem.
Lovely. You've never been on a boat, so we'll see how he gets on.
Hello.
Good boy.
Hello. You going to be brave?
Yeah. He'd probably swim across. Come on then. Don't make me walk around. What's this? Come on. If you want to get on first, I'll try again in a second. Come on then. Are we on the boat, Mont? Yeah. Yeah? Bit of a struggle getting you on though, wasn't it? Come on then. Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Come on then, Monty. What's this? Good boy.
Easy getting off.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
It's a lovely stretch of beach, this. And out there in the bay you can see all the cruise ships that are currently moored up here, and they have been here, you know, for the whole lockdown period. Well, I think it's going to be a bit of an anticlimax because I can't find any signs or any plaque at all on this side for the Templar Way. So, you know, whether I'm wrong, and maybe it doesn't end on this side, maybe it does end at Shaldon, but I saw on some maps online that it takes the fairway on those information points we've looked at along the way. It showed the Templar Way coming across the ferry that I went on and onto the seafront here at Teignmouth, but I can't see any markers or plaques, so a bit of an anticlimax. I'm actually going to wait here to be picked up now.
I'll take it to work.
Seeing this on the beach, and this is going to be a nice way to finish the walk. Wow. Well, even though I'm disappointed that there was no official marker for the end of the walk, you know, that seal there behind me, just over my shoulder, it's an amazing way to finish this walk, seeing some really nice nature, some nice views. We had some good weather, some bad weather. Monty's enjoyed it today. Yeah, it's been really good. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.